Rise and shine. It's looking like it's gonna be a pretty beautiful day out today. Might be a good day to go fishing. It rained yesterday, but right now our main goal is not to blow up. We don't want to explode. The main goal is to get a really good pool day in. Now, what's that gonna look like? I think it's gonna look like me doing the dumbbell rows again. I really like doing those dumbbell rows when I did them 2 weeks ago with my friend. I was a big fan of those. Definitely, I might do hammer curls. I haven't tried hammer curls before. I can't imagine it's too different. I'll probably look into it while I'm in there. Why you would do hammer curls over just bicep curls. But yeah, definitely those two. Might do preacher curls. I haven't done preacher curls in a minute. These are all just possibilities. I'm trying to think of if I actually want to go and do these. What else would I like to do? That might just be it. Might just be those three. Wow. Almost forgot about back. Other than the rows, maybe like some form of pull down. Might not do the cable pull down, but rather the pull down machine they have in there. So let's go get on that. I gotta try to remember the bottom button on my microphone is what starts the recording, and I just be pressing the buttons just trying to get it to start recording. I didn't know that if I press the power button, it switches it to a noise cancellation mode, and it just makes it sound so much worse. I was wondering why the audio quality was terrible in yesterday's video, and I think it's happened a couple times in the videos. But anyway, I need to remember that. But as for the workouts, the workout wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. I got a really good bicep, my arms were really pumped. My biceps. I can't, I don't know. I feel like I haven't found, what it feels like for my back to be pumped. But I always try to go as hard as I can to work out my back. And I am improving. At least I feel like I am strength-wise, because I couldn't do a pull-up before, So, there's that. But yeah, I ended up not doing the hammer curls. I ended up just doing normal curls, and then I went from doing that to a different form of row. I don't know how to describe it best. It kind of is at a hinge, if that makes sense. Above you it hinges, but you're pulling underhand grip instead of a normal straight grip, so your palms aren't facing inwards, they're facing up. So I did that kind of row, and then I went and did preacher curls just to burn myself out on the preacher curls, so that I went till failure, essentially, just destroying my biceps, and then went from there and did the machine pull downs, which is also kind of like a hinge motion. I did an underhand. It's another underhand grip, not overhand. So that went pretty well. Went and I did 25 minutes of cardio today. Very ashamed of myself for that. There is a valid reason. When I play 2 chess matches back to back and just get utterly destroyed, I think it's pretty valid to stop at 5 minutes early. Now, going home, I bought more chicken. I bought turkey breast, ground turkey breast. To my my utmost surprise, that is not how you say that. Jesus. To my surprise, ground turkey, lean ground turkey, is cheaper than lean ground beef. Both 93.7%, like 93% lean. The beef is like $7 per pound, and the turkey was $5.50, I believe it was. I was very surprised by that. So, I have an idea for that. Probably gonna make a pound of, not a pound. Oh, these potholes just get worse and worse, I swear. But, I want to make smash burgers when I get home. I bought hamburger buns, I bought lettuce, tomatoes. Gotta macro track every bit of those, but that's fine. The way I do smash burgers, I just salt and pepper. Right on the stove, smash it down real flat. Perfect for me. The only difference this time is I gotta weigh it out, like each patty, I suppose. I have a good bit of macros left, so I think it was like 90 carbs, 30 grams of fat, and 70 grams of protein, I want to say. So I got plenty of wiggle room to eat a good bit of burgers, and I'm pretty excited for that. It's been a minute since I've had a burger, let alone one that I made myself. So yeah, gonna go home and do that. But I don't want to say we're nearing the end, because we're not. But day by day, I become more and more motivated to stick to my goals. For today, I weighed in at 186.4. That's a little too much lost in one day, because that's 0.6 lost in a span of a day. But between all the water drinking, or the lack thereof, I guess, or I'm not saying I don't drink enough water, I drink a lot of water, but between that and how big like lunches, or not lunch, but dinner before I go to bed is, all those little differences make the weight fluctuate a lot. So I'm not too worried about that, but if I am losing weight too fast, I probably up my protein intake a little more. So music hasn't been hitting today, but we're gonna go home. I got a lot of chicken to cook. I think I'm just gonna cook it all on the stove this time. Oh, why didn't you remind me? I meant to buy this vegetable mix before I went to this, or not before I went to the store, but before I walked out. They have these frozen bags of vegetables, and my friend is pretty keen to it. He makes it on the stove, like he cooks them on the stove, and then he'll mix it with his chicken, and it looked really, really good. I wanted to do it the way he was, but I had chicken and rice the other day with that yum yum sauce I was talking about, and it was actually pretty good. A lot better than I remember it being. So I think this is the second to last week before I have to work very, very long shifts. I'm not gonna say I'm taking a break from the gym. That's not gonna happen. You don't build up all this momentum, and one little change that affects that momentum, I won't let all that take away from what I've built so far. So I may only get 2 days, but we'll find a way to make it work, because I know there's like 2-day splits where you work out like upper body and then lower body, I believe it is. So it's just like push and pull pretty much combined, and then legs. So we will make it work. So after those 2 weeks, I noticed there's a good bit of gyms around where I live that I didn't know about, and I want to try like a day pass at them, see if they like allow me to record myself, see if I like the gyms more, because some of them have like free weights, like free barbells and stuff. So if I could do some stuff like that, I think it'd be pretty awesome, especially getting to record it, because I enjoyed those 3 days I recorded myself going to the gym. Well, 2.5. don't know if you want to count that third one, since it was just me doing curls. I think it was my first set of curls, and then I just had to stop recording. Ain't that big of a deal. But yeah, we're gonna get going home. I'm gonna cook my chicken as soon as I get home, and then I'm gonna relax. Around 12 is probably when I'm gonna start cooking those burgers. Yeah, sounds like a plan to me. So, if you stuck around this long, I appreciate you. Let me know what you're doing, albeit gaining, losing, building muscle. Let me know how it's going down in the comments. So, have a good day.